Theo Paphitis has criticised the EU for Brexit trade issues with Northern Ireland, as the bloc looks to slap Britain with legal action over unilaterally extending grace periods. The Dragon's Den star appeared on BBC Question Time, hosted by Fiona Bruce, alongside Business Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng and Shadow Foreign Secretary Lisa Nandy yesterday to discuss the EU row over grace periods. The UK said it would act to unilaterally extend grace periods on trade with Northern Ireland to October, which sparked outrage from the EU, prompting claims Britain was in violation of the Brexit withdrawal agreement. Mr. Paphitis was asked by Ms. Bruce about the unilateral extension, and suggested neither the EU or UK are happy with the deal. He said, "I think the disappointing thing about this is we all signed this Brexit deal in a fanfare, utopia, we all thought it would be marvelous, and what is plain to see is that you have two very unhappy sides. Neither is happy with the deal and businesses, we're finding out now, trying to deal with the EU is a nightmare, the pettiness that is going is unforgivable." He added, when asked if it was petty on both sides, not to be biased here, but the point is we saw the first salvo with the Irish Protocol. And that was just unbelievable, referencing the EU's decision to enact, and shortly withdraw, Article 16 of the Protocol in January. He said, "It's a very dangerous time. There is no question in my mind this is definitely going to build up to crescendo in the not-too-distant future." The latest news today, obviously the way the EU are acting with Italy and the EU blocking the export of the Oxford vaccine to Australia was another very worrying progression. What I consider the pettiness. Concluding his remarks, he said this was certainly not the Brexit he was hoping for after voting to leave the EU in 2016. He said, "I was hoping very much that we had done a deal a lot earlier, common sense would have prevailed a lot earlier, and the fact the will of the British people was quite clear to see, the EU should have accepted that fact, and between the UK government and the EU, a deal that was in the best interest of both parties be agreed. But at the moment we seem to have a deal that was forced on both parties that neither party is happy with."